What's going on, YouTube fam? Today we're back again with another, this is more of an assembly and paint. I printed Kestis' Lightsaber from Jedi Fallen Order on my Epax E10 resin printer, another resin project. And I just wanted to take you guys through the steps that I went through to finish this piece. Stay tuned. Whoa. Per usual, we got our parts ready for painting. I started out with some Duplicolor filler primer. It's my go-to stuff. After that dried, we slapped on some of the acrylic lacquer Duplicolor Gloss Black. This will be a good base coat for our metallic. And for this project, we're going to be using All-Clad 2 airframe aluminum. I didn't want to go for a super high shine, I guess you could say, like a chrome, so I opted for something different this time. All right, so for the most part, everything is based out airframe aluminum from All-Clad. I know, usually I use something like Duralumin or Spastic Mirror Chrome, but I wanted to go for a different look. Then I can clear coat before we start weathering. And the handle actually remains black. So I'm going to hit this with a matte clear coat because I don't want it to be shiny, and leave it like that. And then I'll do some more weathering passes just to kind of grime it up. Make sure when you're spraying metallics, you take a tack cloth to wipe it down. And I'm also going to take some steel wool to create some machine marks into my piece. And like I stated previously, here's the All-Clad Aqua Gloss Matte that I'm using for the handle. Now with all of our parts painted and clear coated, we're going to let these dry so we can move on to the final assembly and weathering. And to get these to stick together, we're going to use some Instacure CA glue and the Instaset, the kicker. It says Hobbytown on it, but be certain this is Bob Smith super glue. They just stick their sticker on there when you go buy these products from Hobbytown USA. So in the spirit of transparency with you guys, I will admit that I did mess up something. These slots are not supposed to be here. There is a detail that shows down here, and I aligned the head of this wrong. So when I put these guards on, it covered that area up. Oh no. And we also got some glue oversplash there, but we can sand that off a little bit and clean it up with some weathering, you know, not too bad. Really want to get in that heat burn though. That was very important to me. I was too caught up messing with that. And also I did a little bit of a test weathering pass there with, what color is this? Dark Bark. Once again, another Copic alcohol ink through my airbrush, E49. So now that this is all assembled, I'm going to start weathering, you know, oils and matte paints and things like that. We're really going to get down here on the edge of this guy. And this bottom piece here that's exposed from the saber taking damage, I'm also going to go crazy with the weathering. Well, so far so good, and holy crap, this thing is heavy. All right, so for the first weathering, aside from this little bit of grime that I showed you previously that I added, I was just testing something out there. We're going to add some cool little texture details, something that we can kind of paint over, because if you remember, This is just black, clear coated matte. And I really want to, you know, show off this battle damage, draw some attention to it. So for that, we're going to try something new. We're going to use this Vallejo Earth Texture Acrylic. This is like this goopy sandy paste. And I have a chip brush here that I kind of chop some of the bristles off of so I can kind of control where I want this to go. So we're going to apply a little bit of it to this. We're just going to stipple it on there to add like some little sand, because, you know, everything in Star Wars is sandy for whatever reason. Back at the airbrush booth. We're back at the airbrush booth. So I'm gonna take some of the golden carbon black and I'm gonna flow it through my airbrush and just kind of make some carbon scorching on the emitter guard here. And I'm going to take this sponge and kind of dab around that area, maybe make some streaks. I don't know. We'll just spray it on here, see how we like it, and see what's up. And then I'm going to take some Copic, of course. This is caramel. And I'm just going to give a light hue over all the metallic parts on the upper half of the saber, just to kind of call out some, I don't know, add some more depth and detail to it. Might spray some more of the dark bark in these recesses here, just to give it this like nice oily grime look. And then we'll turn our attention back towards the bottom, and this is going to get pretty dirtied up as well. Probably end up using some more of the carbon and some umbers and siennas, and just get in these recesses and really grime up this bottom part to make it seem like it's been beat to hell. So to darken up the sand a little bit, I'm going to be using some of Tim Gore's Bloodline, which is a Createx color. This is the Blunt Trauma Umber, just to give that sand a darker appearance, just to muddle it up a little bit more. So far, so good. Oh. So this is just the base weathering. And of course, we have to go over this with oils. I just wanted to, you know, add some more gunk and grime and depth and texture like I do. Oh, I'm trying to show that. Oh, yeah. A little heat burn in there. And this is looking awesome too. All cruddy. So once again, all I did with this was stippled on some of this earth texture, stippled on, hit it with a heat gun, then sprayed some burnt umber with my airbrush over it just to kind of darken it up and to get some little muck in those recesses. But I think we're just going to do heavy oil wash, patting off on the metallic parts, and then I'm going to do some dry brushing on the hilt, and I think that'll be good for this thing. I might even add some some little rust down in there. I think that piece should be rusty. What do you guys think? Rust? Yeah? Well, I'm doing it anyway, but yeah. Let's do that. Oh, hey girl, hey. We back. We got our lightsaber. And various brushes. Of course, our cups. And our oils. We're going to throw a new color into this mix. We're going to use some of this red because I want to make some rusty rust. Y'all already know the deal. We went over this in the Sub-Zero video, but we'll do it again because I know not everybody listens. So we're going to take some black oil paint, El Cheapo stuff from Amazon. Squirt a little bit of that squirt up in there. Put your cap back on because this crap is messy. That's why I have this paper down. Take that good old naphtha. Just a little bit in the bottom. Ooh, splashed it. Get our brush wet. Push that paint down in there. Ooh, a little clump on there, bruh. This crap out of the way. Oh no. Well, I'm making a mess already. But whatever. And just get it all up in there. You know, don't be scared of it. That's what the naphtha's for. You can take it off if you don't like it. But it also helps it dry. You're gonna take your paper towel, just dab it. Dab, 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 dab. And we're just gonna repeat this process over and over and over until we're happy with the way the black looks. Then we'll switch to another color. So far, so good. Still managed to maintain some of that color, some of that little heat burn color. You can see the carbon black is showing through as well. You know, you flick you some naphtha in there. It's just a little bit of variation and also just makes it look more lifelike and real world used. So I'm really happy with the way that this is turning out so far. I might go back over the middle section here and just dirty it up a little bit more. I feel like it would be, this part would be super dirty. I don't know why, it just seems that way. Being that this thing is kind of beat to hell and destroyed already, so I feel like it's just proper. So we're gonna muck this up. I'm gonna mix in some probably burnt sienna and raw umber just to, you know, give it a little bit more depth to the paint. And then we're gonna switch over to the bottom. We're gonna do more oil washes down here, and then we're gonna create our rust effect. Now that we're finished with our weathering and oil washes, we're going to move over to the last step of weathering, and that's dry brushing with some Liquitex heavy body acrylic. I'm using the iridescent silver. This stuff can be picked up for pretty cheap at your local hobby stores. I got this stuff on sale. I've had this for a while. And dry brushing is very simple. All you're going to do is take a little bit of paint and put some on your paintbrush, knock a whole bunch of it off, and then you're going to start dragging your brush across your prop. The name of the game here is less is more. You don't want to have a ton of paint on there because then you'll have to try to take that off. I mean, this hilt is clear coated, so it wouldn't be too big of a deal, but it's just easier to just do less is more. All we want to do is hit the high points, which are basically the little bumpies on the handle, and go over that until we're happy with it to make it look like, you know, the saber's been used, held, swung, that kind of thing. And with that, we're going to call this project done. So cue the lightsaber noises, and here come the beauty shots.